going to explain the difference between associative property multiplication and distributive property of multiplication over addition. You can use subtraction, but we're going to use addition in this case. Okay? So for the associative property, the equation looks like this. In parentheses, we're going to have A times B, into parentheses, and then on the outside we're going to have times C. And we can regroup these letters to say the exact same thing. So if we substitute numbers in them, we'll get this exact same answer if the computation is correct. So we can say, regroup these letters, and we'll do A on the outside times, in parentheses, B times C. Okay? So let's substitute these letters with some numbers. We're going to do some simple numbers just so we can computate them really quickly. So for A, we're going to do 2 times, let's make B 5, into parentheses, and we'll make C 3. Alright? And then we're going to regroup these numbers like we did the letters to say 2 on the outside of parentheses times 5 times 3 on the inside of parentheses. Okay? Now we can do our math. 2 times 5 we know is 10, so we'll bring that down. And then we'll just do times 3. Put our equal sign here. And we're going to do 2, and then bring that down, times 5 times 3, which is 15. And if we did this correctly, we should have the same answer on both sides with the equal sign. So 10 times 3 we know is 30, equals 2 times 15 is also 30. And since both of those are the same, we know that we did our computation correctly. So that's associative property. Now let's move over here to distributive property. So this equation is going to look like this. We're going to have A times, in parentheses, B plus or minus, but we're doing addition in this case, so we'll do a plus sign, C into parentheses. Alright? So let's fill these letters in with some numbers. We're going to use the exact same that we used on the associative. So for A, we're going to do 5, and in parentheses, let's do 2 plus 3 into parentheses. Okay? So what we're going to do is just simply multiply the 5 and the 2 plus 5 times 3. So it'll look like this. 5 times 2 plus 5 times 3. We put these numbers in parentheses just because it makes it easier to see what you're working with. So we know 5 times 2 is 10. Bring down your addition sign. And 5 times 3 is 15. So in the end, we get 10 plus 15, which we know is 25. And that's how you do distributive property. Now there is also an extension on distributive property that we can do called FOIL. And this stands for first, outer, inner, and last. Okay? So let's use a couple of numbers to see how this works. Let's do 2 plus 3 times 5 plus 1. Alright, so what we're going to do is do first, outer, inner, and last. Okay? So it's going to look like this. We're going to do 2 times 5 plus 2 times 1 plus 3 times 5 plus 3 times 1. And once we have done the FOIL, we just do simple computation and add these together. So 2 times 5 is 10, plus 2 times 1 is 2, plus 3 times 5 is 15, plus 3 times 1 is 3. So 10 plus 2 is 12, plus 15 plus 3 is 18. So when we add 12 and 18 together, we get 30. And that is how you do FOIL, which is just an extension of the distributive property of multiplication over addition.